on my face, Dad. The Adventures of Animals Route China. Dad, I want one, two, buckle shoes on with.
Okay. I think I have everything up and running. Checked all the feeds. I think that will stop echoing everything I'm saying to me, hopefully. All right, we're going to give everybody just a couple more minutes before I get started, just to make sure everybody's dialed in. For what it's worth, I have Bethany here with me. She's going to be my big helper today. Yeah. And we are going to talk through the state of things and go from there. If you are having difficulties, I will put a note here in the Zoom, in the comments. Hopefully that way we will have some chance of actually finding everybody and figuring out how to get you in. I think I can send links as it is. Okay. Alex, that's too loud. So let's see. I am going to share my screen. All right, that didn't work. So we're going to do it this way. We pull this out. We are going to reshare it.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Bethany. And hopefully,
Mom, I want to when I start.
okay, so here we are. Spiral Moon Family Circle annual meeting, March 5th, 2023. Here's our agenda: introductions, financial report, membership report, all the project reports, new business, and the community forum. Introductions. First of all, I'm Reverend Janet Callahan. I am the founder of Spiral Moon Family Circle, and I manage most of the stuff around here. We have two other board members who are not online right at this moment. One of them is my spouse, and one of them is Kenya Koviak, who is well known in our community. we would love to have a couple more board members. Frankly, we would love to have a few more members to start with, but so far we're not there. So if you're interested in membership or on working with us on the board, reach out to me and let's talk. I can see that the captions are sketchy at best. So good luck reading if you're reading the captions, but this is what we've got right now. All right. Let's see. Finances. So last year was our first year as an official organization. We filed our 501c3 in the middle of the year. We opened a bank account. Prior to that, we spent a bunch of money on licenses for the website and on developer accounts to publish things to Google and iTunes. Those were all paid by donation from us. The 501c3 filing also, plus the funding for the kids' swag bags that we handed out last year. At PPD, we did have someone offer us $15 for 3 kits so that she could take those swag bags home to her grandkids who were not present. We did allow that because it seemed like a reasonable thing to do. We've earned some money from Raised Right, and as of January 1st, we had $121 in the account. Since then, we have bought one more domain name for Google Workspace. So we can now issue email addresses to all of our staff members, which is pretty cool. It gives us, well, not Google Workspace, but Google has a bunch of services they provide to nonprofits. They provide YouTube advertising support. They provide free ad space on Google search. They provide Google Workspaces, which is like their whole office suite plus other things. Google Classroom, a special version of Google Meet, some Google Groups, email through Gmail, and just a whole bunch of other things. Oh, map credits, so I can go fix the maps on the website on the events. We're also applying for Microsoft program for a similar thing, and we're going to go look for some computer hardware out of that too, and see what else, what other grants we can find that we can utilize.
Small black.
You're just going to have to wait a minute, okay? What else? Membership. The website has approximately 150 members, although that needs to be scrubbed for spam again. Russian bot accounts are huge on WordPress, so we go through every month or two and just check things and see which ones look suspicious and get rid of those. We have no library members, no general members, and we have 2 supporting members because our board members get that comped. So basically us and Kenya. We are the only Sprites and Sparks family right now, although we have had a lot of interest in it. And we have one group outside of the state of Michigan who is interested in working with us to create a way for their group to form a Sprites and Sparks group as opposed to their individual families having to register. We have a plan for that. We're going to talk a little bit more about how to do that and how to manage the liability risks, which was our big issue and why we wanted parents involved in the first place. But I think we're going to go ahead and let them do that. And then we have one person enrolled in the School of Energy Work, and we've had some interesting classes, but not a lot of attendance. Frankly, when we set up live classes, classes that are free get a lot of registrants, but nobody shows up. And classes that are not free do not get a lot of registrations. So it's very frustrating to know what to do next. We have about 600 books. There's quite a few to be cataloged still. I think I have 4 boxes, because there's a new box in the car. And as soon as we have enough membership and enough funding, we will be moving to a public space, publicly accessible space that is not my house, to house the library and our meetings and other projects. But obviously we're not there because we don't have enough members to make that work. The library catalog is available online and you can search it at any time, and we can make arrangement for checkout for members. Spiral Moon TV. This has been the big push the last couple of weeks. Spiral Moon TV is live on our website. It is live on Roku. Amazon is still pending. I have not checked that today yet, but it should be approved anytime now. So you can go on Roku and search for Spiral Moon TV and find our channel. You will be able to go on Amazon Fire TV and search for Spiral Moon TV and find our channel. And frankly, we can upgrade the apps at this point. Both Roku and Amazon have a way for you to just send them your media feed. And previously, we looked at writing our own apps, but couldn't figure out how to do it because we couldn't figure out how to make the feed. But the software we're using on the website right now makes the feed for us. So we could go generate new apps that are actual apps that we own and control and give them the feed that we're using. Apple TV is going to be my next target. But again, now that we have a feed, that makes all of it a lot easier. On the apps we have, Amazon will not allow us to live stream to Amazon with this kind of app. Roku will, but our setup doesn't work that way yet. That's still work in progress. We have a new YouTube channel, Spiral Moon Circle. This is live streaming to that, and the news will be live streamed to that channel weekly, along with some other things. Talking about the news is live streamed every Monday. It's Metro Detroit events and other things related to our local groups. So that's on Spiral Moon TV's Facebook page and Semaphore News Facebook page and YouTube and our website, and then that's recorded and saved so you can watch it later. We are looking to add new shows. So if you have video content that you would be interested that is pagan appropriate, let's talk, because we could give you that ability to network into our system. Let me take one quick look at all of the, there are no comments yet. All right, then we will keep going. Let me go back to my screen. Education, we've got some classes recorded, although as I said, since we're not having a lot of attendance, it's hard to justify putting a lot of work into them. We are working on upgrading some things on the School of Energy work. We have some classes that are not published yet. Spiral Moon Academy does not have any official homeschool students, but we are negotiating with ATC this week about potentially opening a virtual option. As you may have heard, there are a lot of issues in school districts around the US because states are making it very unsafe to be anything other than cis, white, and Christian. We are hopeful that providing a virtual private school will allow some families who cannot afford to move from where they are to stay put, but be in a safe schooling environment for the time being. Plus, it just gives us some access to things that we as parents don't really have in public schools. Don't get me wrong, I came up through public schools and I loved many of the experiences I had. My kids went to elementary school in public and it was great for them. But it's also very hard to be a pagan student or an LGBTQ student in most schools in many states these days. We are looking for teachers of all sorts, teachers for our online adult classes, teachers for some kid classes online, potentially some teachers for Spiral Moon Academy. What goes there may depend on how many students we have. Sprites and Sparks. Sprites and Sparks has really had limited attendance. It's mostly just been our household. As I mentioned earlier, we have some interest in expanding the way it's offered so that other groups can charter their own group. So when I get that figured out, we will post more information about it. We had an interest meeting earlier today and had no attendance. So I don't know if people just aren't interested or if it's too close to convocation or what. There were tons and tons of little kids at convocation though. So you would think that there would be more interest. Apps. Spiral Moon, the website, is on Google Play, iTunes, and Amazon. Pagan Parenting is on Google Play. The others are still in progress. I got fed up with iTunes in particular and their pickiness about arguing that it wasn't different enough from the website to be useful. The Spiral Moon app has 119 iPhone users and 24 Android subscribers. If you are not an app person yet, you should go get our app. We try not to send too many direct pop-up alerts, but we will start sending them for events and that sort of thing this year. Pagan Pride Day. We are hosting Pagan Pride Day. Park reservations open April 1st. We're going to need help getting the word out. We have no interest thus far for teachers, presenters, vendors, or anything else. We are going to need volunteers. Ostara. So the Ostara extravaganza has been shortened and simplified because frankly, life has just been too confusing and chaotic to do anything else. So we're having a kids Ostara basket project like we did last year. We have stuff to cover at least 8 kids without any difficulty. We have several donations so far this year already as well. We may need a volunteer to cover this. I have 2 elderly relatives who are in very poor health, and it is possible that I may be called out of town in the next couple of weeks. So we may need some volunteer help to help make that happen. Little Witches Ball. So last year we had a Little Witches Ball. We had lots and lots of registrations. I thought it was going to be really good. We had nobody show up. So we're going to need some help this year. We're going to need some help advertising. We're going to need some volunteers. You'll have to forgive me for the cough. Concrete is kicking my butt. It is not COVID. We've all been tested. Speaking of COVID, the only thing on my new business list is, do we need a COVID policy? The drama around convocations COVID situation has been extensive. There were lots and lots of people who were very upset at the idea that they might require masks. There are now lots and lots of people who are very upset at the idea that they didn't require masks. To be quite honest, the whole thing makes me not really want to do public events that are in person. But also, since neither side are people who are actually attending our events, I figure that means that we as a board can make the decisions we want to make, and everybody else can just go jump in the lake. More than most, we understand the concerns people have about masking. For my kids' first 3 years each, so six years total, from 2008 to 2014, my children were considered medically fragile. They had ventilators, they had feeding tubes, they had oxygen, they had tracheostomies, et cetera, et cetera. And we went nowhere every winter because we could not afford for them to get RSV. RSV landed us in the hospital more times than we have kids, 4 times across 2 kids. We learned some very hard lessons in those years, and one of them was that the idea that anyone else was responsible for us and our safety and our kids' safety was ridiculous, because it's just not going to happen. Not in this society, not here. At the same time, I do think it's important for us to try and figure out how to be welcoming to everyone. And by just saying we have no policy, that's not very welcoming to some of our more fragile community members. So I think that's going to take some thinking. But the reality is, either way, either decision, we are going to lose part of the community and their willingness to work with us or participate in our events. And so I feel like that puts us in a really challenging situation. There is no good answer for us. All right, so that leaves us with the community forum. Let me stop the screen sharing. So there is nobody on Zoom. There are no comments on Facebook or YouTube. I don't think we have comments available, or we do have comments available on the website, but there are none right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this open for a while and see if anybody else pops up with commentary. And obviously Bethany is gonna hang out here with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and put myself on mute. Okay, so with no one else commenting, we are going to go ahead and end the meeting considerably early. It's worth noting that there is about a 5-minute lag between our broadcast and what you see on other websites. I think because we're going through several servers to make it all happen. But we should be able to see all the comments, and I will be watching comments over the next few days to see what else people come up with. If you have something that you would like to discuss with us or to put out there into public view, please do message me. Don't think this is your only opportunity to bring forward something you would like to see happen. Obviously, no guarantees on what or when we get things done, but we will take any suggestions under advisement and look at how we can approach them. With that, have a great day, everybody. And we are still here, and we will talk to you again soon. Feel free to follow our Facebook pages or go make an account on our website or any of those things. I still have to get chats up for this month. That's on my list for this week. Thanks, everybody, and have a great day.